Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm making a mandala and I'm going to make it using hemostats. So to begin, I have my shirt turned inside out and I need to find the middle of the front of my shirt. So to do that, I'm folding my shirt in half, and since this is a V-neck shirt, I really don't need to mark the top of my shirt. That center portion where the V comes together is the middle of the top of my shirt. So I just need to put a mark at the bottom of my shirt. Then I'm going to grab that V portion and the mark that I just made at the bottom, and I'm going to isolate the center of my shirt. Then for this shirt, I'm going to tuck one sleeve inside of the other, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. For this, I'm going to choose an area a little bit higher than the middle of my shirt and put a dot there where I'd like the mandala to begin. Then I'm going to fold my shirt in half with that dot being the center. So I'm just going to kind of put my finger where that dot is and fold my shirt in half. Then I'm going to fold each side back, kind of like I'm getting ready to make a paper airplane. And then I'm going to fold it back one more time. Each time I'm folding to the same side of the shirt. So one side of my shirt will only have two seams, and the other side of my shirt is going to have all the rest of them. I'm also making a mark where I kind of want my mandala to end. I don't want to go beyond this portion because then I will start getting up into the neck of my shirt and my mandala is going to be shaped strange. I'm using hemostats for this mandala. So what I have done is I have both curved and straight hemostats, and I just took some shrink tubing and put on the ends of my hemostats, used my heat gun, shrunk them down, and that covers up the ridges or the teeth of the hemostats so they're not so sharp where they might damage my shirt. The first hemostat that I'm going to use is curved, and I'm going to point the curve up for this one. Just find a place down toward the end and crimp it down. My other hemostats that I'm using are curved as well, but I'm going to point those down. And I'm just going to alternate. Put one on the right side, one on the left side, and back and forth. The rest of my shirt, I'm just going to scrunch it up and tie it up with some rubber bands. Then I'm going to put my shirt aside and I'm going to let it totally dry out before I start to apply the dye. Okay, so for this one I am going to ice dye it. And I'm going to try some colors that I haven't really ever used together before. I have a tub that's not super big, but it is large enough to accommodate all of the hemostats. I'm going to put it down in this tub, and then I've taken some plastic cutting boards and cut them into strips. I have a couple of the strips attached to each other, and I'm just using binder clips to attach those. I'm going to put it around the portion where I'm going to do the scrunch dye, And I'm using some dye bottles filled with water just to hold that all in place. It's not real easy to put any kind of an ice barrier around where the hemostats are. I've seen some people do it, but I'm not really going to mess with trying to do that. For the mandala portion of this, I'm going to start out using some vanilla custard. This is a Dharma color, and I'm just going to put it on every other section of the mandala. As I'm putting it on, kind of taking my spoon, the back side of my spoon, and smearing it in or smoothing it out a little bit onto the shirt. Then I'm also going to put a little sprinkle of that vanilla custard on the scrunched up portion of the shirt. For the other part of the mandala, I'm using Flamingo Fantasy, which is also a Dharma color. I'm putting that on the areas that I didn't put the vanilla custard on, and I'm going to smooth that out with the back of my spoon like I did the other. I'm also going to go ahead and put a sprinkle of that on the scrunched portion of the shirt. For the rest of the shirt, I'm going to use shiitake mushroom, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on the scrunch portion, but I'm not going to put it down on top of the mandala. And I'm not putting a lot of extra dye on this shirt. I want a little bit of the white showing through, and so I don't want to over dye it. Then I'm going to put a generous portion of soda ash on my shirt and load on some ice. I'm going to go ahead and just dye this shirt in the muck. So once I put the ice on, I'm going to leave my shirt alone and I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Because this tub is a larger tub and I had to use a larger tub to accommodate all of these hemostats, my shirt's not going to sit in a large amount of muck, which is okay because I really would still like to have some white left on my shirt. Alright, so here's what our shirt ended up looking like. I really like the shiitake mushroom. Every time I use that for ice dye, I'm always reminded how much I like that color. It splits into all kinds of different colors and I think it looks really cool when you ice dye with it. Listen, if you guys are enjoying watching these videos, I sure would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's really easy. All you have to do is hit the big red subscribe button. Thank you all for watching.